3, in 2, in 1. We are live, everybody. Welcome back to Zachary Reality. It is your host, Zachary Reality, joined today by two very special guests. We have Alexis.
Hi.
And we also have Connor.
Hello, hi.
And we are here for the Traitors Roundtable. So we're going to be recapping and chatting about the first 3 episodes of Traitors, which are streaming now on Peacock. We are all massive Traitors fans. We're all Survivor fans, Big Brother fans. Like, we like the strategy and competition shows, right?
Absolutely.
Oh my God, I love it. Yes.
Yeah, and I
Traitors
remember
has a lot of it. Traitors has this first 3 episodes already. I can already see the strategy and chef's kiss.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot of debauchery. And there's a lot of fun games. And if you guys hear any background noise of the wind, Alexis is in Maryland. And I think it honestly adds to the podcast.
Yes. I'm like, I don't know. Like, literally, I was breaking stuff in today. It blew over. Like, it is insane here, but it's a vibe.
No, it's
hopefully
a vibe.
The sun works with me.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, and it's mystery because we are here to talk about the Traitors. So it's like mystery. Guys, I have my Traitors sweatshirt on.
Ooh,
that's nice.
And you'll have to share how you got that sweatshirt too.
Yes. So before we get into the episodes, we'll talk briefly about the Traitors experience me and Connor went to last night in Los Angeles. It was at a house, like I guess they rented an Airbnb. They made it so creepy, and it was like an hour game. So we got to play Traitors, and there was 5 challenges. You have like 5 minutes to complete them. So there was the coffin challenge, there was a puzzle. There was a bookshelf challenge, and I blew all the challenges on purpose, low key. And Connor can tell you why.
Well, I was shocked just to start off because they picked a traitor. There was a group of 8 or 8 to 10 of them. And I'm thinking, okay, Zach wouldn't be a traitor at all. We had some talk going into it that, we're going to stick together in the group that we have. And he was the traitor in our group and backstabbed everyone in our alliance.
I didn't backstab you. I didn't vote you out. Oh, I did at the end.
Yes, you did. You for sure backstabbed me at the end. You threw me straight under the bus.
Basically so I was making the decisions each round as the traitor. So I eliminated 4 people, and we would put our blindfolds on in the circle after every challenge, and then they would be like, point to the person you want out. So I voted out a few people who I didn't really know, and then I voted out one of my friends, Julian, because
and that's why I didn't think it was you at all.
I felt like I had to sacrifice.
Yeah, you got to throw someone under the bus.
And Julian was, he gets it. He's shady, He was kind of like poking at me a little bit. I feel like if anyone would have known it was me, it was him. But at the round table at the end, there was 5 of us left, and I was shocked that everyone at the table thought it was Connor. So then I played into that.
Yeah, it totally worked because I got so defensive. I ate into it too. I was like, you guys are going to be so dumb if you vote for me because I'm a faithful and this is going to look so stupid. And everyone's like, oh no, it's for sure you. And then when everyone majority voted for me, and I'm like, no, I am a faithful.
Including me. I voted for him.
Including you. So whatever. It was so fun though. And it wasn't just a house that we were in. It was like this big ass mansion. It was huge.
Wow.
It was really cool. And there was like some cool snacks, and there was some like fun reality TV people. Alexis, we saw Phaedra.
Oh, really? I had met Phaedra years ago at like a book signing in DC. When Apollo was still there. So you know how long ago that was.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
she is. We can talk about Phaedra when it's time to talk about her. But I'm living for her.
Yeah, she's good. I called her a traitor to her face, and I don't regret it.
Right when the
episode
dropped, a little spoiler alert, like right at the dot. But
once it hit 6 o'clock, it was live. I was like, because I saw these episodes last week, I got a little bit of an early screener, so I was sitting on this tea. But I was so savage in this game last night because I went so far to throw a puzzle piece under the table so that we could lose the challenge, and then I framed this other girl. I backed away, and then I was like. And I literally called her out and framed her. It was so good. Everybody was shocked. I don't know why my friends didn't even think, just because they know I was born for this role. But
the level of drama, it's like, it's got to be Zachary Reality.
Who else? So they gave me this sweatshirt for winning. And then we got a little party favor, which I'll share with the class. Little traitor thing. We got a candle.
Yes. Little traitor.
What's the scent?
Highland Gorse.
Oh, so it's like, aren't they in Scotland? Ireland?
Yeah, they're in Scotland.
Yeah.
So let's get into the episodes. But Alexis, how are you doing? Everything good?
Everything is great. Last night I was like, I finished work and I was like, okay, I can watch the Traitors. And then it wasn't finished in my time. It came on at 9 o'clock. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like I was so upset to have to wait like 3 more hours before I could watch it. But I stayed up late and finished all the episodes. And yeah, I'm ready to chat about it.
And Cara,
I love this show so much.
I watched part of them last night. I was starting to zone off, and I was trying to keep my eyes open. So I finished it this morning, and I have so many thoughts. So I'm ready to talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
first off, such good television. Let's just say that. Like the first 2 episodes were gold.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, let's start talking about it. We have a full cast here of 20 celebrities. So most of these people are reality stars, but there is a couple athletes. You know, Marcus is Larsa's boyfriend. So I guess he's a reality star. He's on Miami. Alexis, I want to start by asking what your thoughts are of having 20 celebrities versus last year, 10 fans and 10 reality stars.
Well, I was a little torn because I personally wanted a chance to be on the cast as a regular lay person, so it kind of just eliminated like that portion of it. But I do like the celebrities, and they got a really good mix of all different types of reality stars and other celebrities, which I love. I'm such like a Bravoholic, Housewives fan, but also I love Big Brother and I love Survivor. I think there was only 3 people in the cast that I initially did not know who they were. That's because I'm not a Love Islander, so I didn't know Bergie and Elkin Sue. And then obviously I did not know the member of British Parliament. Come on.
You're saying you didn't know John already coming into it?
No, I did not know John coming into it. But I am enjoying having him there.
So who are like your who are your top 3 favorites, Alexis, like going into the show that you're 100% rooting for?
Well, I feel like it's changing because like I love Janelle, like she's the drama, but she's like, a little bit of a villain, so like I like that. I was so excited when I saw Dan Giesling. Like I was like, I knew from the jump he's a traitor. They're gonna make him a traitor. I don't know why people talk about that didn't get that immediately, like why he wouldn't be known to be picked. And then I was really excited for Phaedra. She's fun. Her like little zingers, her one-liners, like are so out there. It's perfect for this kind of show. And I was excited to see, not like I'm not rooting for those 2, but Larsa and Marcus's dynamic. We haven't really seen them besides like a couple of little scenes in The Housewives. So I was curious how it's going to be with like having a couple coming into the house.
Yeah. I thought like Rob and Amber, I told Connor last night from Survivor, would be perfect to bring them in maybe next season because a couple is interesting, and it is kind of Survivor like blood versus water, like when Sierra voted out her mom. So it would have been interesting to see what would have happened with Larsa and Marcus. Given the opportunity, he wasn't eliminated so early. Connor, you're a huge reality fan, obviously. We actually broke down the cast a couple months ago on my podcast for anyone who's listened to that. So I already know your answer to this, but tell the class who your top few favorites are.
Oh my gosh. Well, number 1, I have a huge crush on Parvati. So Parvati, if you're listening to this,
I love her.
Love you. So she's number 1, and I am so excited to see her as a traitor. I think that this is such an amazing role for her. So I love everything about that. And number 2, I got to give it to the Queen, Sandra Diaz-Twine.
Really?
She's an icon, and she always will be. And I loved to see the first few bits of them going at it and them kind of rekindling. So it made my heart warm at the end of the day. So Sandra and Parvati are up there for me. And then number 3, actually, I'm gonna throw it out there, a little random, but I love Ekin-Su as well because I love Island UK, and she was absolute chaos on her season of Love Island.
And she won the season too.
And she won the season.
Okay,
with her boyfriend Davide. And she is absolutely a character, and we've already seen pieces of it already. I hope they keep her around, and I hope she's not murdered because she has just so many funny one-liners, and I think we're going to see it a little bit. We've already seen it. I think we're going to see more of it, so I'm looking forward to it.
I don't know how far she's going to go, just based on some drama that she's already gotten herself into. But for me, my favorite is Parvati. I'm a huge Parvati fan. I'm a Parvati super fan, actually. I live for her. I die for her. I think every gay guy who watched Survivor, I mean, everyone has a crush on her, but like all the gays loved her too, just seeing like the women's alliance that she did. And I think it'll be really interesting to see how she plays and how Sandra plays as well because of Suri, the other Survivor legend who won last season. But let's talk about this feud. between Parvati and Sandra. Let's start off. Connor, it wasn't much of a feud. I felt like I expected more.
I know. I was expecting fireworks and everything popping off, but I don't know. I think I was still okay with it because I think it really closed a chapter between heroes versus villains that we needed to see. Sandra beat Parvati in Heroes versus Villains, for those that don't know. And it was a very contentious loss for Parvati. People thought that she deserved that win. And Sandra has...
I still do. I still think she does.
and Sandra's outspoken that she is the queen of Survivor, but many would say that Parvati is. And I think it's still a debate today. And there was some beef between the two of them on social media before the Traitors had even filmed, before this cast was even released this past year. And seeing them go at it and having that closure, even if it wasn't as, fireworks as maybe I wanted it, I was still okay with it because I have a feeling that Sandra's going to come into play a little bit more with working with Parvati and Dan and Phaedra and the rest of the Traitors this season. I just have a feeling about it. It's somewhere deep in me. I can feel it. So I'm still hoping there's some conflict, but it'll come.
So I think that Parvati should get rid of Sandra because they've played together. They know each other. Sandra is a very smart player. She's proven that. She's won Survivor twice. It would have been interesting. It would have been interesting if she was a traitor, but I think Parvati's best move is to get rid of Sandra early because if anyone's going to come on to her, it's going to be her or it's going to be Larsa. Alexis, what did you think of Larsa coming at my girl Parvati on episode 1?
Larsa really surprised me for how in tune she was immediately.
Yes.
I don't know.
Isn't it giving Brandy from last season?
Right. She comes across you think she'd be kind of she's not even blonde, like a dumb blonde. You kind of what's going on? But she is very smart and very a good read of people.
Yeah.
So when she was calling out exactly who the traitors were, I was like, wait. I was not expecting her to be so good at this game, but I think because of it, they may not keep her around for too much longer. But by doing that, they're going to show their cards because it's first Marcus goes, then she goes soon after him. It's what he was saying must have been correct.
Well, now I feel like she's safe because with Marcus being eliminated, no one's going to think she eliminated her boyfriend. She even said at the breakfast, she was like, I'm saving this seat for Marcus. Alexis knows from Miami Housewives, because we're Housewives fans, she's obsessed with her boyfriend. She would have never voted him out. And I don't think she cares about the money that much. So I really feel like she's in the clear. But she did call out Parvati. And she called out Dan. So she has a good read. So Connor, do you think they're going to get rid of Larsa early, or do you think she might skate around kind of like Kate Chastain did all the way till the end?
They're gonna keep Larsa all the way to the end because she's someone that's going to bring the energy and she's going to start calling people out. She's coming for blood. I can already see that she wants her revenge. And I think that's good news for the Traitors because that paints the target on her so much. And I think for that, they're going to keep her. Exactly what you said with Kate last season and season 1. She made it all the way to the end. And
she was the shield for the Traitors.
And I could see Larsa playing that same role as the shield here. So I don't know. I think she might be in it for a while, but I'm really, really surprised. And you guys know her more than I do, but I'm so shocked how good of a read she has in the game as a faithful. That would be, I would not expect that from her.
No, but I think my only fear is, or my thought is, she's saying Dan already. She wrote, she's already going for him. So if that narrative keeps being pushed, and he is voted out, then they're like, oh, look, what she's saying is correct. So listen to what she has to say. So that'll be interesting. But I don't think that she'll be on to Phaedra at all, based on when her boyfriend got voted out, Marcus, she was next to Phaedra. Phaedra's holding her. Ciao. Oh, I'm so sad. No one would suspect. Larsa would not suspect Phaedra, or really, I think most of the cast would.
Well, yeah. Let's talk about the 3 Traitors. We have Phaedra, we have Parvati, and we have Dan. And there was a little bit of a twist this year. So Alan decided to pick Dan and Phaedra, and then they got to choose one person to join them as a traitor. I love the twist, right? I like it.
I think it's a great twist. Yeah,
great twist. And they chose Parvati because she is going to be good at the game. They knew that from her past, but also because she already had a little bit of a target. Getting into these 3 traitors, let's talk about our opinions about how they're going to work together and how we think they're going to do. To start things off, I will say I think Dan and Parvati are on the same page. I think they're a little too excited about it, and they might get caught because they're gossiping around the castle a little too much. And then I kind of think that they're making a lot of moves while Phaedra, she has all the alliances. She has so many people that trust her. She's protecting the housewives. I kind of think that she has her own agenda and she's on a different page than Parvati and Dan, which could lead to some disruption later on if they can't all agree on people. We even saw that at the end when Parvati was potentially trying to murder Sheree. So who wants to start things off? How do we think the three of them are going to work together throughout the season? And will they last all the way till the end?
I don't think they'll last all the way to the end. Yeah. But I think that, like you said, like Phaedra's on her own side. And I think that because of that, Phaedra will, at a point, throw them under the bus if she needs to do that. Which it does come down to when you at the, I would say, what's it called? Not the disbandment. The
round table?
Round tables. Yes, when they vote them out. Like, I think, like, if Dan's name keeps coming up, she's going to vote him out eventually.
Yeah.
And I don't think Parvati would do that because her and Dan were already kind of aligned prior to that. But in this game, like, it's better to go with just one traitor to the end than to go with three. It's more money for you.
And you want to vote whoever the majority is, just like how I had to turn on Connor. Like whoever the majority is, that's Sandra's strategy. Yeah. Anyone but me.
Right. Like, and I was so excited for Dan when I first heard. I was like, oh, he'll be great at this game, but he is being like a little too quiet and reserved in that way. And like, if they've watched he wasn't that way on Big Brother.
No,
he was definitely like, his snide comments, like just saying outlandish stuff. Like, and he's just not, I mean, obviously it's been a lot of years since he played Big Brother, but I'm like, you gotta be a little bit more of like a personality there to fit in with this big group of personalities around the whole entire house.
Dan was the main character during his
yes.
And the fact that he's gaslighting everyone, saying that he's quiet and so reserved, I was like, no, you're not. Like,
well, I was gonna ask you, Connor, like, is Dan being here appropriate? Is he a Hall of Fame Big Brother member?
Yeah, Dan is for sure. Dan deserves a spot on this Traitors cast 100%. I think it will show if he's able to to deflect all of the heat that he's getting now. I think that will cement him as the great strategic player that he is. So I'm excited to see if it happens. And I think going back to what we were talking about with the Traitors and like the dynamic here, I think that Dan and Parvati are going to try to steamroll Phaedra, but I don't think Phaedra's going to let that happen. I think she is way too connected to so many people.
So many housewives.
Yeah, so many housewives, but just like, she's like, she had all these comments about Bergie, for example. And
right, I was gonna say, even not
delicious. Like, she just has such a an energy and a presence to her where I know nothing about her. I've never seen anything Housewives related, and just like watching her for like 3 episodes on my TV screen, I'm obsessed. I love her.
Yeah,
and
that's what my friend Sophia said that I was watching with her. She's never seen Housewives, and she was like, Phaedra is a star.
She really is.
She is a star. Exactly.
She is for sure a star. And I don't know. I don't think that Phaedra's going to let this steamroll happen, but I also think that Parvati, if there's a traitor to go first, it's going to be Dan, and I think that Parvati and Phaedra are for sure going to cut his ass if they need to. I don't think they're going to. I think that Parvati, she's the OG Black Widow. She knows what she's doing, and she's gonna cut someone when she needs to.
I am worried for Parvati, to be completely honest. I just feel like Suri did it so seamlessly last season that if anyone has Survivor history, that they should just know that Parvati is really good, and I would be onto her if I was there.
Right. I wonder why. Like, do these people like not watch each other's shows, or not even like each other's shows? I'm like, I just could tell immediately everybody's personality. I just knew it, and they're like, "Oh, so who is that?" I'm like, "You don't know these people." Or like, you didn't even research them when you got the list of the cast. I would have been binging.
They don't know before.
Oh, they don't know until they got to the actual.
Tamara said in one of her interviews that she thought she was told she was going to be the only housewife there.
Oh.
So they had no idea. So they couldn't research. They didn't know. It was really up to you guys if you know your reality TV knowledge on the cast. Like whatever you know, that's what you know. But they're in the house. They're in this castle. I have a picture of it. I would love to live in this castle and play this game.
I'm like, how many bedrooms? How many bedrooms? That's what I'm wondering. Like all their own room?
And is Marcus sneaking over to Lars's bedroom to sleep with her 5 times a night? He said that.
Was my thought too.
No, I didn't know that.
On Bravo, Larsa was like, "Well, we have sex 5 times a night."
Jeez.
So I was like,
they're probably getting busy in the castle then. I'm sure Alan has to pull these two apart. I mean, geez.
I was just like, if my man looks at me 5 times tonight, I'm cussing him out. Are you kidding me, guys? I have to sleep.
Yeah. And so Peacock asked me to film a video, and I pitched a video for my 4 people to watch this season. And this is who I put on the list. I put Parvati, as we've talked about. I put Tamra. She's going to make a splash. I can't wait to talk to you guys about the Asma Gate. Y'all know I love
Asma Gate.
Asma Gate. Y'all know I love The Bachelor, so I put Pilot Pete there, even though I thought it was really stupid about what him and Kevin did. We'll get into it in a second. And then MJ is a force to be reckoned with. I was telling Connor this. Alexis is a Bravo girly. MJ is smart. She's a good listener. No one will suspect her. So I put her on my top 4 list. What do you guys think of my list?
I would agree with this list very well. Definitely MJ. I love MJ. I was so sad last season when Reza went home so quickly. So I was hoping that someone from Shaw got a longer chance to be on it. She's a perfect fit to do this. And again, she is so in tune and just like a good listener. Like she's out. She seems a little more quiet. She's not her people. She's used to being around.
Yeah.
But that, and again, in ways, is helping her because she is able to kind of keep conversations.
And she's also in with the housewives.
Yes, exactly. Like the Bravo group like connects her and brings her in with them. I'm just like worried for like any like physical challenges. She's kind of like, I don't want to do that. Yeah. But if her and Lars are able to like get Dan out, like how they're kind of pushing it, then that will cement her staying around for a while. And Pilot Pete, I was like, his strategy he had with Kevin. Tell me. I mean, like, it would have made sense further down the line.
Yes.
I was like, you're doing this way too early. And like, you should have been planting things about Kevin before you got to the round table. So it came out of nowhere. They had no explanation as to why they voted for this person. And then that was that. Everyone's like, are you okay? Like, why did you even just do that? I think it's a good strategy, but it's like, they should have done it later.
Too early, premature.
But some justice for Pilot Pete. I do think that he has overall a good read on the game. I think I think besides that move was a kind of just didn't make sense. But I think he has a strong understanding of what's going on. And I think he's proving to be not just some himbo that's there from The Bachelor. So
no, definitely not.
I think that's a plus. So I agree with this list. And honestly, I think I talked some shit about MJ in our cast assessment. Like
I told him.
And she. So I have to give respect where it's due. And I think she has, if not the best read in the game with Larsa about who the traitors are. And I think if she works with some of the Bravo girls and really bands together at the end of the day with them to get on the same page, I think that's going to be the key moving forward, is everyone being on the same page of what the strategy is to like figure out who the traitor is. So if you can pull that off, I mean, I'd love to see it.
And with Peter, I will say we are huge Ari fans here. We love Ari. He was on last year from The Bachelor, and it was crazy because they chose Ari. And I know this from talking to the people at Peacock. They chose Ari because of his controversy on The Bachelor, where he picked Becca and then broke up with her a week later and went back to his runner-up. And that is very similar to what Pilot Pete did on his season of The Bachelor, where he picked Hannah Ann, and then a week later he was with Maddie, and then he was with Kelly. So I love how they are picking people strategically. Alexis, as a Bachelor fan, who do you think that they should cast next season? I know they're trying to get Caitlin Bristow.
Ooh.
Caitlin Bristow would be a good pick. I'm like, I don't know who else would be like enough drama. Like
bringing Kathy from The Golden Bachelor.
Ooh.
I would love like a Susan from Golden Bachelor.
Yeah.
Like, and because the ages like they do run earlier. Actually, I'd rather pick like no one from like actually current Bachelor Nation. I would say I would want to from Golden Bachelor. Like, I think everyone would just like love on her, and she'd be like just like a fun add to the cast. But I think she also is a good people person. As like her like a wedding job, you have to kind of be a good read of people. So I think that she'd actually be a really good add-on.
Give us more Bachelor people, but I will say that because it's on Peacock, I think that's why they're casting so many Bravo people and Housewives, because NBC, Bravo, Peacock, it's all band together. So, and also Connor, why don't you tell everyone your specialties? Because what's really cool about Connor and us and everyone, we have different, we're Housewives, right? Alexis, we're Bachelor, but Connor is Love Island, Connor's Big Brother.
I bring the Love Island knowledge. I bring the Survivor, Big Brother, Amazing Race knowledge. No one from the Amazing Race in this cast.
Yeah, no Amazing Racers. I would have liked an Amazing Racer.
Wait, Alexis, do you watch everything? You watch it all?
I pretty much watch everything except for Love Island. I've never got into it, but I mean,
I'm trying to get into Love Island US, but I that's why I love Ekin-Su. I've been a big Love Island UK fan. It's such a great show, and I can't say enough how excited I am to see her here because she's just such a star. So
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think I've watched every single show everyone's on, which is kind of wild to say.
But then who is not on reality TV? Dante?
Deontay, yep.
Where is he from? He's a boxer.
He's a boxer. They were saying it's like if Mike Tyson of like this time frame.
John is from the Parliament.
John from the Parliament. Yes.
Yeah. Former Parliament.
That's it.
Okay.
Which is crazy. I mean, some people are wrong. I guess Max is Dancing with the Stars.
Oh yeah, Maxim.
Which is like, I guess, kind of reality TV in that way.
There's two blondes that I'm not sure. Trishelle is this one next to Marcus.
Trishelle is old Real World, like Vegas, and then the challenge. But yes.
And then Janelle is the other blonde.
Big Brother.
Yes.
Okay, who came for Peppermint?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna get to it. So let's go through the eliminations and our thoughts about it. So the Traitors decided to vote out Johnny Bananas first. And I will say that I was really happy they voted Johnny Bananas out because I just watched him on House of Villains, and I just don't like when people are on two shows back to back so close together. He just killed it on House of Villains. He got runner up. He played a great game. I think he maybe should have won the game. So I'm fine that he's out first because I didn't care to see him, and he is a big threat. Connor, what are your thoughts about Johnny Bananas?
I'm totally the opposite. I'm so sad that he left.
Really?
That's someone that would totally stir some shit. And I could see him completely beefing with like Sandra or any of the housewives for that, because he has such like a polarizing personality. Like that's just what he's known for on House of Villains and other shows like that.
Did you watch House of Villains?
No, I didn't. But
that's why if he wasn't on that, I would have been more excited.
Yeah, I understand that. I get your point, but like he would. I think he would just bring such a like unique perspective to the cast, and it's sad to see him go. I wish they put have like the other guy. What's his name? CT. I wish he would have gone first. Like I
agree with that. I would have
rather seen Banana stay and CT go if I had to pick one or the other. So unfortunate that he was the first to go, but I get why they did it.
What are your thoughts, Alexis?
I agree. I think I would have liked CT to go first before Johnny. I also I loved his first outfit. We never see him like dressed in like real clothes like on the challenge. So I was like, this is such a cute little fit he had for his time in Scotland. And I also think because of like the actual physical challenges, he's a really big asset. So I was like surprised that I understand like I'm the traitor. Well, not really as a traitor. You need money regardless where it comes from. So I was just like, why did they get rid of him so early?
Yeah. Well, the challenges are interesting because I guess they're just playing to get money in the challenges that will go to the prize money at the end. So that makes sense. But then you can also find shields, which will protect you and give you immunity. And then there'll probably be some hidden notes and messages throughout.
Right. I like the addition of the shields as part of like all of the games this time. I think also because of Kate Chastain throwing every single challenge last year, they were like trying to like rework how they do the challenges, so it makes sense why you would not want to throw the challenges.
Yeah.
Although people still might want to if people are like on them all the time, want them out, they're like, I don't care, let me out anyway.
Yeah. So Johnny Bananas is out, and Traitors pick someone they vote out, and then everyone goes to the round table and they vote. And it looks like they're eliminating people every day. So with 21 people, I guess maybe the show is like 16 days. It's going to be really fast. I'm glad that we got a lot of people out. Our next person that went home was Peppermint, and we have got to get into this because there was a lot of drama in regards to her exit. Connor, what were your thoughts on her getting so defensive, the Trishelle? Kind of break down this little feud here.
I'm really, really sad to see Peppermint go. I don't know much about her, but the energy and the perspective that she brought, I think, was just so fun to watch. And going back to my girl Sandra and Parvati, I thought there was going to be a three-way alliance between them, and I think that was short-lived in the first episode, unfortunately. So I think the whole beef with her and with Trishelle, like I think that was like. Someone at the round table had even brought it up and said, this is all speculation. They were using such small comments to call her out for something that may or may not have happened. And I just thought, like, she didn't really get a fair chance. But, I mean, it falls on her at the end of the day. She did a horrible job of defending why she wasn't a traitor and for staying there. So I see why she's the first to be banished, but doesn't mean it didn't break my heart a little bit because she was just great TV to watch.
She was too defensive.
Way too defensive.
Too many reactions.
And I get it. When last night I was way too defensive. That's why
that's why we played on it. And you know what else happened last night is that somebody called me out and I didn't react. I was just like, well, what about, I pointed the finger within 30 seconds to someone else, to the girl who I framed with the puzzle. And that's how you do it. And I think that Peppermint just played this all wrong because she was so defensive. She made it worse for herself. And I thought Trishelle was kind of bitchy and I didn't like all that, but Peppermint did it to herself. Alexis, what's your take on her going?
Yeah, I agree. I felt with her being banished, it was like they were almost, it felt like they're voting off because like, well, like you could be, and you're like, you're starting with too much drama. Like the reason for voting her out, like just didn't make sense. And I'm like, this is not like what the Traitors is, not because like, oh, there's some winners between you guys, like we're voting out, which is what it felt like when she got voted out. I was like, no, like you guys are like, she was voted most popular in the little game. Like maybe that's the reason why you vote her out, but like not because she thinks she was a traitor. Like no other signs point to her being a traitor. But I think all the first like banishment is always like a weird one. People don't really know like why they're voting people out, what's supposed to happen. You just go with the majority, which is always like my assistants in these voting out shows, like just go with the majority. I'll go and make too many ways, but make a little ways that make sense. And this one made no sense at all.
Yeah, I mean, she did it to herself, and you know, you just want to. If you less talking, more listening.
Yeah,
that's the way to do it.
She did slip up though. She did
say she was a traitor.
Yeah, she said she was a traitor. They were like, "Wait, what?" And she goes, "Oh, I mean, I'm a faithful." And like everyone was like, "What?" Like. You get like how do you go?
That was her.
That was her thinking in the first day, you know. Like so, I understand that she just kind of put her foot in her mouth, and it got her banished. So it sucked, but I mean, you can't really blame everyone else for voting her out.
Yeah, I mean, sorry, girl. It's time to go. So next up, the Traitors had control. They had the option to vote someone else out. No one has exposed them. And they decided to vote out Marcus because of Marcus and Larsa, they wanted to split up the couple, which wasn't necessary because there was a lot of other close alliances. But I do get it. I also think Marcus is a really smart player and maybe he was on to them. I mean, Larsa is on to them. Larsa is arguably better at this game than Marcus.
That's exactly what I was going to say. If I were one of the Traitors, I would have rather gotten rid of Larsa.
I agree.
For sure. I feel like Larsa is way more lethal in this situation than Marcus would be. I think, sure, is he smart and would he have played a pretty good game as a faithful? I think so. But I think Larsa has the upper hand here.
Yeah, like Larsa's not afraid to use her voice to call people out. Like I don't think Marcus would have been as like outspoken in that way. Right. And if he was being outspoken, that's not really his character. No, that's not his character. He wouldn't be outspoken. So it's just like without like Larsa, it's like his little mouthpiece with him. Yeah, he's not as
outspoken
in the game.
I would have loved to see him stay longer because I wanted to see what would have happened if they had to turn on each other and just a little bit more of the dynamic. I think that some fans are probably wondering why Marcus is even with Larsa, just because she is so obnoxious. And she is really rude. And I just think that Marcus seems like a really kind, chivalrous gentleman. He is 15 years younger than her. There is some controversy about how his dad used to play with Larsa Pippen's ex-husband. Did you know this, Connor?
I did, yeah. It's huge, yeah.
Yeah. So I would have liked to get to know Marcus more for Marcus and less of Larsa's boyfriend because we watch him on Miami and it's Larsa seems to be wearing the pants. She seems to have a lot of control in that relationship. So I just would have liked to see the dynamic play out a little bit longer.
I agree.
That's all.
I do too.
So she was shocked, right? When at the breakfast, she was like, "Oh no!" The breakfast is my favorite part.
I love how they're all so excited to see who's there. They're screaming and shouting. It does. I think I just have to laugh at it. It's just so fun to watch. So
yeah,
right. It's like everyone comes in like "Yay, you're here!" Everyone is excited for everyone. Just like but like I will say the Traitors are playing it off really well. coming in like, what?
Yeah, I think Parvati's like redeemed herself from that early target, but Dan is in trouble, and I hope he doesn't take Parvati down with her. And Phaedra is playing a great game, so I think we can see her going far. What is your favorite moment of the show? Is it the breakfast? Is it the round table? Is it the challenge? Is it the gossip in the castle? Is there like a favorite? We have a routine each episode, so what is your favorite like scene, I guess? Is that a good question?
I do love the breakfast. I love what their outfit of the day is. Really, that's more so like why I like to see it. Yes. Yeah. I'm like, and everyone like Parvati's like her headband, like her like thing seems like for all of her outfits. There's like the scarves, like the gloves, like everyone's bringing the fashion, and you see it during the breakfast. Yeah. And for me personally, I enjoy that part. Yeah. Exactly.
The breakfast, and I want to eat the food. I'm like every time I see it.
Are they eating? I guess they are eating. I'm like, there's no way you can't eat when you're on a TV show because
it's like on
the sound. But yeah, they're all eating.
It's like on Survivor when I want to eat the food in the challenges, especially with the what's that thing where they bid for
food? The auction.
I always want to be in that auction.
I do too. Oh my God. I'd be bidding on the television too, watching like, no, 20, 40.
Yeah. What about you, Connor? What's your favorite like scene in the show? Do you like the challenges? Do you like the breakfast?
I was thinking about the challenges. I don't think the challenges are my favorite personally. I think some of, like, for example, I think the Scarecrow challenge that they had was in episode 2 was, I think it was just okay. Like, it really didn't do much for me. So that was probably my like least favorite part of the 3 episodes that were released. But in terms of my favorite, I think you just can't beat the gossip. Like when they have like when everyone is circling together after a round table and they're just going at it like, oh man, I can't believe we just banished this faithful and stuff like that. And I love to see that raw reaction after. So I think
the gossip around the castle.
The juicy gossip, like after the round table, I want more of. I want to see more reactions. Like I think in the last few episodes, we just see them go to bed and like there's like a little discussion after, but like I want to see more of what happens in the discussion that goes when like someone's banished. Like what's going on? Like are people pointing more fingers? Like I think that's so fun to watch and is so entertaining.
Yeah, I actually really love the round table too, because that is what everyone gets called out. There's drama. It's like a dinner party on Housewives, like or a tribal council. Like you just know shit is about to go down. And shit went down at the round table. One more person who got eliminated, and then we're gonna talk about Asmagate. Maxim from Dancing with the Stars. He stopped being a pro on the show a few years ago. His brother Val is still on it and is a huge fan favorite. I guess where Maxim went wrong, because everybody thought he was a traitor, is he maybe didn't make enough alliances. Maybe they wanted a guy out. It seems like a lot of girls were rallying the troops. Alexis, where do you think Maxim went wrong?
I think he had like a little nervous giggle, which I can commiserate with. Like, it is like an awkward kind of thing, and he's not actually a reality star. Like, he's a dancer. He used to being taped, while he's filming and things like that, but like not like being like the personality and like showing that side of himself. I think, which is an awkward kind of like what exactly is going on here. Situation. And these people are all strangers to me. I'm sure he watches none of those shows. So he was just kind of like,
he just dances. That's all he does.
Yeah. And like, he's like, what is happening? Like, why am I even here?
He was way too confident too. He just had so much confidence that
he's very cocky. That's all.
Did you think he was like being arrogant and that's why they turned on him?
100%. I don't know if that's the main reason why they turned on him. I think it was just an easy scapegoat. Like
right. I mean, a traitor wouldn't be cocky. Like that was like that's not a good reason. Like he was a traitor, he would be like, yeah, whatever. That's like not a good way to play it. So again, then voting him out didn't make that much sense because of that reason. But he was a good, easy one to just like, yeah, we don't really like you. Again, we can all come together because of that.
And he also like, I think he didn't sell himself well at the round table either. He could have just left his argument at what it was, but he actively threw Ekansu and Janelle under the bus. Was like, and it clearly deflected everything that was coming towards him towards other people. It works for some, but he just did it so bluntly that like it just didn't work. It clearly was like, oh, why are you deflecting all of this to other people? That's a huge red flag. Like you're pointing another finger when someone's being pointed at you. He didn't play it cool at all. And like it was so obvious, and like the beef with Janelle and Ekansu, sure, whatever. Like it was there, and I think it was a little catty on Janelle and Ekansu's part just to go deep into it. Maybe a little bit more on Janelle personally. That's what I think. It just wasn't a good look for Max to do that, and I think that really was the nail in his coffin.
Yeah, there was a lot of factors that played into it. Like you mentioned, Alexis, like he didn't know much about other people. He doesn't have friends. Like he didn't know reality TV. I would have liked to have another dancer if you're going to pick someone from Dancing with the Stars. But I think what the thing is they try and cast people who are maybe not on reality TV currently, other than the housewives.
Right. That's true. It's they're all former, really.
Yeah, and that's what they did on House of Villains. They tried to find people who were like eliminated. Their shows ended a few years ago. Like they like to bring back the blast from the past,
right? Which I love as a fan. Like I love like seeing like old people. I'm like, oh my god, like Trishelle. Like I remember watching this when I was way too young, watching Real World when she was on Real World Las Vegas.
We love a crossover as reality TV super fans. Like this whole group of people, we love people together and seeing them intermingle. Like when are you going to get Parvati and Larsa in the same scene? Like that is insane.
No, exactly that.
So 4 people down. There's actually 21 people. So we are down to 17 people left on the show. One other drama I want to talk about is Asma Gate. So what the fuck, Tamra? They literally came for this poor old man who can't breathe. He can't breathe. Why are you coming for his breathing?
He's running.
He's
just a low blow. It's just a low blow. And then Tamara literally said, "I saw you running. I saw John running. I know you can run. You don't have asthma." And he said, "I was asthmatic as a child." Likely story. Like what? Really?
Okay. Alexis, give us the rundown for the fans who don't know Tamara from Orange County. What kind of housewife is she?
She's a shit stirrer. Number one.
Clearly.
That is her MO. She likes to just stir the pot and just like pick at people. That's kind of like what her thing is. And then also just be like, what do you mean? Like after she does these kind of mean things, people get mad at her. You're like, she's like, I don't know why you're mad at me. You're like,
Connor, last season she threw a napkin in her friend's face.
Oh,
her friend that she brought on the show, she completely turned on.
Turned on her. So
I mean,
only a matter of time to turn everybody.
After seeing these 3 episodes, it checks out. I get it.
She's
willing to throw like a 70-year-old man under the bus for having asthma and for breathing. Yeah. Same with Janelle too. That she's the one that kind of started all of that by saying,
she was like
that John was breathing loudly. I think that's just kind of like, okay, whatever. He's an old man. Like, leave him alone.
Right, but he was really running. I was like, wow, good for him. Like they were all that whole cast was like staying together. I was like, I don't even. There's no way I could run like that.
Yeah, I kind of think Tamara might go farther. I do know that. Do you remember she posted that like she hurt her nose or something when she got back from Traitors? She posted on her Instagram story that she had some type of injury. So we need to look out for that. I also remember hearing Jeff Lewis say that MJ got home after Tamara. A little spoiler, a little teaser. So I don't know how far she'll go, but I think she's going to make a big splash the next few episodes. Her and Larsa are both equally obnoxious.
They really are.
Oh, good old Tammy Sue.
But Tamara's great television. I love watching her on Housewives. And she actually got fired from Orange County. And then they gave her a season off and then they brought her back. So she's really happy to be back on reality TV again. And she always brings it because she's just so happy to be on TV. Like that's her whole MO.
She's for sure going to bring it now. She was kicked off of her show and then is coming back into another show. I mean, yeah, she's
also like she was sick day one. I was like wondering like what happened to her, what was wrong with her. I was like so curious.
Yeah, where was she? What happened?
They never brought up again. So I think even with that happening, I would just assume as like a cast member, she's not a traitor. Like they wouldn't like want a traitor to be actually when they pick the traitor. Was she there for that part?
I don't know.
When did she leave? She was like not at one of the challenges. I think the first the late.
It was the first day she wasn't there. They just said that Tamara couldn't make it when they were doing the thing in the water when they were putting
right.
She wasn't there for that.
Okay, well at least she was getting rest.
Was that pre picking the traitors at that point?
The traitors were already picked. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I was assuming at that point she wasn't a traitor.
Yeah, I mean, I know they get them to Scotland, like, you know, it's probably a week early just to do tests and make sure no one has COVID and get them settled in there. And I would love to see like a room tour. I know it's not that kind of show, but like what's going on in their room? Like,
I want to see what the actual rooms look like. I know we have those like the fake, you know, like scripted rooms. We're like, who's at the door?
Yeah,
but what do the actual rooms look like?
And there must be a rule. There must be a rule that you can't leave your room after it's bedtime.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
I don't know. I thought so. That's probably one of my critiques of the show. I thought like the shots of them like getting into bed and like them looking at the door or like listening, putting their ear to the door. I thought that was so cheesy.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Like,
so
I think we get it. Like,
it's kind of it's camp, which is like this whole show is camp.
Yeah.
So which is why I appreciate it.
Yeah. So I actually studied abroad in England, and I was like 40 minutes outside of London. I lived in a castle.
Really?
Wow.
It's not called a castle. There's another word for it, but it actually is very similar to what this looks like. It's called
was it a manor?
It's called Roxton College. If you guys want to look it up, Wroxton.
Wow.
I'm gonna show you guys on my phone. But I lived in something so similar, and I had my own room, and like there was like a tea thing, and it was so cool living in there. And this show actually reminds me a lot of it.
Wow.
I
want to know again, like the whole. I need a whole tour of like the castle.
I lived in this.
Oh wow!
Castle vibes. Yeah.
There was a lake like behind it, and like down the road was like the little village in England.
Were you afraid it was haunted? That's what I'd be afraid of. Like
not really.
That's giving Hogwarts Harry Potter.
No, literally. It was fun in a way, but I hated being in the middle of nowhere. Like I would have rather been like right in the city and like walk downstairs, whatever.
Oh, that's true.
But it was kind of cool. There was like a library and all these rooms, and like our campus was like in the castle too, like connected to it. And then there was some classes in the castle. So this show just brings that back for me.
Jealous.
Get you on season 3 of the Traitors.
I want to go on Traitors.
Yes, I'm like you're basically becoming a star on your own right now. So it's like you could be with all the rest of the stars.
Could they do a content creator Traitors?
Could you imagine?
That'd be cool. Okay, I also have this picture of us last night. These were the two boyfriends. And Alexis, I voted one of the boyfriends out first.
Exactly. Like you got to start. You are the drama. You are the drama.
I was convinced it was the blonde girl on the left.
Yeah.
Let me see her.
I was convinced it was her. I knew she had a look on her face the whole time, and I was her bang, and I was like, "This girl right here, she is the traitor."
Yeah. Well, I mean, Connor, I was not going to vote you out, and I just at the end you did it for yourself. I was shocked they all really thought it was you. I was like, "Why?"
Yeah.
You were trying hard in every challenge. I literally, Alexis, I was taking a photo shoot during the book challenge. The photographer was there. I was like I was not paying attention. And then the matching one, I totally blew that on purpose too. So it was so much fun. And if anybody wants to do the Traitors experience in LA, like it's open now there's tickets.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for 2 weeks. So I recommend everyone go if you like the show.
It was it was so much fun. It was a blast.
So fun.
And it was so real because all of the castle workers had Scottish accents, and they were dressed to the nines, and we were locked in a coffin for like hours, it felt like, while they were just being all
that would creep me out.
The thing about the coffin challenge, we did it, and I was so annoyed because the two boyfriends, their coffin was standing up, so that's not even scary. Like we were laying down. It was like kind of creepy.
Yeah, no, I would not like that at all. But it's kind of like it's like an escape room, like on steroids. That's what it sounds like.
It really was.
Oh, exactly. Would you be a traitor or a faithful, Alexis, if you were on the show?
I think I would be. I think I could do both. I think I would be a good traitor because I think because of my personality being like so happy and fun and friendly, no one would suspect me.
I would trust you.
Making me a good traitor, like everyone's friend. That's kind of what I'm known for. But I think it'd be more fun to be a traitor than a faithful. Faithful is very stressful. I think even more so than being a traitor at a point.
I want to be a traitor. I was not even stressed the whole game. Like I was fine with lying to my friends last night. I just didn't care. I'm sorry. It was so fun. I thought maybe you guys would know, but
no,
I didn't see it coming. And then at the end, I was like, "You fucking bitches! You should have fucking." I stood up. Oh my god!
It was so dramatic. I wish it was filmed. Our group that
we had a lot of content, so I'm gonna post a vlog. Me and Rivette filmed a lot.
We need we need the uncut version.
Yeah, I need the behind the scenes. I want the confessional.
It was out of
oh my god. Okay, well, let's talk about the last part of the third episode. This is our final part to get to, the twist. So the twist was that they had to kill someone in plain sight by putting some type of glass just out there. And I guess they had to get someone to touch it or drink it, and then they would be eliminated. And the thing I'm wondering, and we don't know because it left on a cliffhanger, is that are they going to know after that how they got eliminated was from the glass? Because then it would give Parvati away.
I feel like they get murdered that evening. So like once you like drink out of it, you seal your fate, and then that's the one who gets murdered.
Right. I mean, they can know it because they're already gone at that point. Like if they say,
then
like,
the people in the cast, the people still on the show won't know.
No, like I'm out. They're paying attention like that.
Okay, because she was being aggressive with that glass. Like if anyone paid attention, which obviously we do as a viewer, but she was like carrying it, being like, anyone want wine, like going around to each person, like.
Also, can we just talk about that glass looked dusty as hell?
I was like they should give her like a similar looking one to everybody else's. They gave her this old looking chalice. And I was like,
at least
I thought actually, I was like, I bet Bergie would drink it because he's just like, here, you chug this. And he probably would have done it.
But no one's drinking it. Like she's trying, and she even had to switch rooms because it doesn't seem like anyone is biting it. And no one even knows because this twist didn't exist last season. It's also so random, so nobody would think about it. If she offered me a shot in that glass, I would have drank it in 2 seconds.
I would have
drank an alcoholic. Connor can tell you.
No, I would have drank it too. I'm like, oh, that's fun. Let me drink it.
If Parvati is pouring me a shot, I'm drinking it.
I'll do whatever. I will do whatever Parvati says. If she I gave me that cup, I'd be like, yep, thanks.
So what do you guys think of the twist? I like it. Right.
Yeah, it was a fun twist. I was like, of course, gonna end a cliffhanger. I was like, which is like why I hate that they're doing it episode by episode. Like, I just love to binge this kind of show.
I'm so annoyed that there's 3 episodes that dropped last night, and they're going to be doing every Thursday, 1 episode a week. We might not find the winner out till April.
No, I think they should have like a couple like drops, like half a season and then half a season. I would have appreciated that. Too. I was like week by week.
I just don't want to lose steam on like the momentum of what
it's like very much like going.
Or release an episode every Tuesday, Thursday. Like the time until April when we don't have a winner, that's crazy. You can't just drop 3 episodes and tease it this much and then we don't have anything until then. I'm gonna go crazy. I'm gonna lose my mind.
I know, they're gonna do a reunion.
I don't want to be spoiled, which is also my thing. Like I
don't want to be spoiled.
That much time, people's stuff starts leaking out. Like just different blogs and stuff. True. I'm just like, I want to click accidentally. I'm like, no, I literally was like, I didn't open my phone up for 3 hours, so I didn't see anything happen on those first 3 episodes. Yeah, I watched it last night.
Yeah, I think they should have done 3 episodes a week for a month.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I do know that last season they dropped all at once, all 10, and there was a little bit of like, you know, just a lot of people were like uncomfortable because the cast wasn't allowed to like do interviews for a while, and like they couldn't engage, and it was just like I think they wanted to spread it out, but it would have been nice to get 3 episodes a week because 1 episode a week, like how many episodes are there? 12? Like that's gonna be a long time.
Yeah.
But you guys are welcome back here every week to recap. So just let me know if you're free.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
We could do it on Fridays because the episodes will drop Thursdays.
Yes.
So happy Saturday.
Any more like late in the middle and late at night anymore. I was like, let me watch early.
Yeah. So what do you guys think is going to happen with Parvati and that glass? We saw that she maybe tried to get rid of Sheree, but Phaedra gave her a look. Who do you think is going to bite it? It looks like it could be John.
I have a feeling it's going to be John. I think he's going to go, and I think she was putting on the charms for this man. She was talking. She was doing a little British accent with him.
It's what she does best.
Oh my gosh,
she's so fab.
It's just great work on her part, and I hope it works. I hope it worked. I think John, you know, with Asma Gate, we got what we needed. So I think I wouldn't be too upset to see him go, but
I want to keep him just because of Asma Gate. I want to see it continue.
Yeah,
I want to keep him around a little bit longer. I don't know who I wanted to actually leave. I thought they were going to get rid of Kevin first on the very first murder of the season. So I was like really surprised he came through at breakfast. It was Johnny who went gone. So I was just like, maybe get rid of him. But I love the cast. I don't want to see anybody go. I'm actually like one person I didn't know at all was Bergie. And like after his little like his victorious victory he had during the coffin challenge, like memorizing the pattern, they were all like, they knew what was going on.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, good for you, Bergie.
Yeah.
So I like him too.
He had his hero moment, and I thought that was great. I think that's what he needed. I think I think Johnny Bananas in episode 1 was attacking him in a confessional and was just making fun of Bergie in general. So I think this is kind of a redeeming moment for him. So I hope they look up to him still, because he's a smart dude. Clearly, he's the only one that figured out the pattern. So
well, it seems like Parvati is just trying to get anyone to drink it. Like, she's struggling. So I don't know. I feel like she might pick someone by mistake, like whoever just takes it, because she can't figure it out. And I guess she's running out of time. What did you guys think about like Phaedra? She's just like, you guys do it. And I'm just like, is that how Phaedra's going to play as a traitor, to really keep her hands clean? And like, it just seems like she's so separate than the other two.
Well, it's kind of similar to Cerie's game. I feel like a little bit like Cerie didn't really play that aggressively with the actual the traitor portion of it, which is why I think she was able to stay for so long. Which is why I can see Phaedra staying for so long, because like she's not really talking to them literally at all. Like they're always together in a room, which is like so suspicious if anyone's paying any attention to them.
Yeah.
Well, Cerie didn't need last season, if I remember, to try that hard at the beginning, because Christian and Cody were way too high key.
Christian was
high key. So I mean, this is a little different, like when we have a cast of all like reality TV stars for the most part,
right?
And I think with Parvati and Dan, they also know each other. They have to know each other. They're in the same CBS reality verse, and I'm sure at some point their paths have crossed and they know each other, and they're cut from the same cloth in a lot of senses with the games that they've played and what they've learned. They both have played very similar games. There's some two different. That's true. So I think like they're like in a pair, and Phaedra is obviously the odd one out, because she's probably out of her comfort zone doing some of these things, where Dan and Parvati, this is coming natural to them. So I don't know. I think that they're going to try to steamroll and make those decisions, but I think Phaedra with the whole deflecting the cup thing with Parvati, I don't know. I might be surprised.
Phaedra's going to go really far. I mean, she was the only person at the event last night. We saw Parvati was there during the day, because some people were doing it during the day. I do think
I wanted to run there early.
Oh, I know. We were hoping to see Parvati. Okay, we were really hoping to see Parvati. I love her. I wish I would have picked Phaedra's brain more. I literally said hi to her for 1 second. I should have told her everything. That was my chance. Next time.
I wish I'd watched the episodes before going, because Phaedra's one-liners are ridiculous.
That's everything show she's on. She's always like that. Like she's always saying her chow. It's like,
she's going to be a good narrator for the season. And I think it's important to have a traitor who's a narrator, because you're the one telling the story. Confessionals are everything. I love the confessionals.
Yeah. I think my favorite Phaedra one-liner, when they were trying to recruit traitors at the beginning, I think Dan had brought up Ekansu, and she goes, "That girl's brain is on vibrating." It was way too funny. And then it cut to Ekansu, and she was talking about, she's like, I'm pretty strategic. I like cartoons. I believe in girl. And it was like comedic gold on TV. And in the first 15 minutes of the show. Yeah. It was way too funny. I'm gonna go back and rewatch that, because it
is really funny, which I love. Like it actually, I'm laughing out loud watching this, which I enjoy.
It's hilarious. Yeah,
the show's so good. Last year, I remember calling Alexis after season 1. I was like, I need to talk to someone.
Everyone eventually caught on to the show, but we were like one of the early adopters of the Traitors. Like, I mean, when I saw, I was like, I love reality stars. All these stars. I'm on competition. I'm watching it from the jump. I'm just going to watch it.
Yeah. How do we watch the UK one? It's not on Peacock.
I watched. They were like last year. I watched. Well, right now. Australia's on there.
I think I want to watch that.
I watch everything I can get my hands on. I watched 2 seasons of UK last year, and I watched Australia.
They also have UK Canada that I'm pretty sure.
Was it Canada? one?
Erica was on it from Survivor.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta find the Canada one.
What's just the best one? What's your favorite season, including US?
I really liked the first season of what did I like? Was it Australia? I think it was Australia. I really liked.
Is it the same rules?
Same rules. Yeah.
Same, like, is it reality stars from like Australia?
No, I think it's only people that are regular.
Normies.
All normies, which I like. It's all about the actual strategy of the game, not so much about like the celebrity of it, which I enjoyed.
Okay.
I mean, like, yeah, I like how the game works. So I don't care who's playing it as long as I'm getting to watch it.
I know, I love the game. It's so good.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, well, that was our recap of the first 3 episodes. I want to, before you guys go, tell me your hot take or what you guys are looking forward to seeing the rest of the season. Maybe a prediction, maybe something to just like, I don't know, like drama that you're looking forward to, and then tell everybody where they could follow you on social media or anything else you want to plug.
Sure.
I think I have a feeling that they're going to recruit another traitor. I have a feeling that someone else early on is going to be a traitor. I wouldn't be surprised. I would be surprised if that didn't happen. And I have a feeling it's going to come in the next episode or 2 where someone's going to be added to this traitors group, because
before they're eliminated.
I think so. I have a feeling, because there's already so much. They started the game out not knowing how many traitors there were. So I think that there could be 2, there could be 3. Like, they don't know how many there are. So
I think everyone assumes that they started at 3 because that's how it started last year.
Yeah.
I think it's probably like 4 now. But I think that Dan is going to go home as the first traitor.
Me too.
Unfortunately. So they'll have to recruit another traitor because they'll be like, we were only 2 for so many more episodes to come.
Yeah.
I agree. And I think if they were to recruit another one, I have a feeling that
who will it be?
I could see. I've seen some previews, that Peacock had posted where Parvati, Ekansu, and Pilot Pete were having some deep conversations. It looked like.
Thank God Parvati is going to be in it for a long time. Then I'm nervous. I'm nervous for her. My gut is nervous because I just think Suri did it so well that it's just like her and Suri are so similar from Survivor that I'm just nervous that it's not going to be a clean road and that there's not going to be one winner this time. I feel like there's going to be a shakeup.
Yeah, I think I could see Pilot Pete or Ekansu as a traitor.
Wait, Alexis, on the other versions, did any of the Faithfuls win, or was it always traitors who won?
Oh my God, I can't remember.
You can't remember?
I can't remember now.
It would be just such a mind fuck.
Like the way I binged it, like I was like watching it like every day for like 3 weeks. So or maybe like actually like a week because I was like I watched like 1 season a day.
Yeah.
But I feel like the Faithfuls win? I feel like the game is set up for the traitors to really win.
It is.
It's a traitors game to lose.
Yes, like if you make it to the end, like people obviously believe that you were faithful for all this time.
Yeah.
And then on the actual end, they turned on you. Then
well, that's what we saw with Suri. But also last season, they didn't know that there was 3 traitors. They weren't doing math, right? Because they got out Cody, they got out Christian. They didn't think about how many traitors there would be. So they only thought once Ari said he was that they were all safe. And then Andy and Quentin were eliminated.
Yeah,
I know. Yeah. I still don't understand why Ari did that, but I guess he wasn't as bad as we all thought.
I love Ari.
I was like, he could have like got the money with Suri. Like,
I think he just didn't want to take the money potentially from Quentin
from
and
the people, right?
Because he is already, a millionaire with his Hawaiian home.
He's doing well for himself, it sounds like.
Yeah. Well, I hope that, my hope is to see more of Peter, because I love The Bachelor and I want to see more of Parvati. I hope Sandra goes home early just because I don't want her to mess up Parvati's game.
No.
Because she'll figure it out. I want Larsa to go home soon, maybe like another episode, just because she's so obnoxious, maybe in an episode or 2. And I want to see more of Tamra play out, and MJ I'm rooting for.
Yeah.
And, there's a lot of people who haven't gotten much airtime yet. Deontay was like hysterically crying.
Right. I was like, we gotta go into that. I was like, why was he crying like that?
It's too early to be crying.
Like he's a sensitive man. I appreciated that. I was not supposed you to cry.
Yeah.
Over voting up the wrong person. Like it's the game, sweetie.
But that keeps him safe. It like shows his innocence, unless he was a traitor that cried.
That is very true. And would think he was actually a traitor. So he is.
Yeah.
He could probably stay for a long time.
Who I need out, I forgot to mention. I think I need Trishelle out. I've seen enough. I'm good. I'm all good. So
we have a comment, the Trishelle and Peppermint argument. We talked about that earlier. This live will be saved. But Trishelle was messy during that.
She was so messy, and I thought it was so unnecessary, and I wish that Peppermint could have held her ground more. I think it's a shame that she didn't, and I think Trishelle was just looking for shit to start, and if that's her prerogative, sure, that's great. But in terms of shit stirs of this group, she's at the bottom of my list for shit that I want to be stirred by someone. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
I'm okay.
I agree, and I didn't watch her on Big Brother, but she was being a lot.
No, she wasn't even on Big Brother. She's
on Real World.
Oh, I'm getting Trishelle and Janelle look the same.
Oh, they do look very similar.
They do look very similar. Janelle loves Janelle. She can stay, even though Janelle is like being kind of selfish as a faithful, which I will agree with like everyone that's saying that. That is like a very hot take, like that for what she's doing. I'm kind of surprised, not really. She kind of played Big Brother the same. So I don't know. I'm just over Trishelle. I'm not a fan.
That's the main point. Over Trishelle.
Well, we're all Parvati girls like here. So Parvati girls, we stand her, we root for her. We love her.
We have to.
Thank you all so much for joining and watching. Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below, whether you're watching on YouTube or if you are listening as a podcast. Let us know your thoughts. Let us know what you guys think. Where can everybody follow you on social, Alexis, Connor?
I'm Living Alexis, so at living_Alexis.
And I'm
actually on everything pretty much. Yeah.
TikTok, Twitter, Clubhouse.
Yeah. Well, definitely on TikTok. Yes.
And I'm at Connor Gronsky on Instagram.
I love it.
You can follow me there.
Yeah. Will you guys be back to recap more episodes throughout this season?
I'm sad for this season. I'll come back as long as you want me to come back. You know, I'm looking forward to it, to each week. I don't know how we're going to get to April and not have a winner until then. I think that I'm already going crazy and I don't know what I'm going to do, but yes, I'd love to talk more. So.
Okay. Same here.
All right. Well, we'll be in touch. Let us know your thoughts. Thank you all so much for listening and watching. Follow me at Zachary Reality. Like, comment, subscribe, leave a review, do all of the things, and we will see you guys in the next one. Have a good weekend, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.